Third grade, today we are in lesson 16. Make sure that your name is at the top. Today we're looking at our multiples of 5. So the numbers that we say when we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, and so on. Go on until you get to 100. Then do your mental math problems and your problem of the day. After you're done with that, press play and we'll go through and correct it together. Awesome, you should be done with your power up by now. If you're not, press pause and finish it, but let's go with our multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 90, 100. Now, let's look at these and see which of these are even numbers. Even numbers end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. This column, they all end with 5, so can they be even? No, let's just write odd under that column. This column, they all ended with 0. Is 0 even? Yes, so the whole number is even. So you're just going to write even under that column. On letter A, we're working on adding 3 numbers together. So we have 30 plus 40 plus 20. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is still 0. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9, so we get to 90. B, same thing, but with hundreds instead of tens. 300 plus 400 plus 200. That one's just going to be 900. C says 3 plus 4 plus 2. That one's just going to be 9. All right. D says 36 plus 19. 6 plus 9 is 15. 1 goes up, 5 comes down. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. So we get 55. E, 39 plus 27. 9 plus 7 is 16. 1 goes up, 6 comes down. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 2 more is 6, so we get 66. F says, what's the value of 3 dimes and 1 nickel? Well, 3 dimes, each dime is worth 10 cents, so you get 10, 20, 30. Plus 1 nickel. 1 nickel is worth 5, so 30 plus 5 is 35 cents. G says, what's the value of 1 quarter and 1 nickel? Well, a quarter is 25. A nickel is 5, so you get 30 cents. Then H, what's the total cost for a movie ticket for $8 and a drink for $3? 8 plus 3, you get 11. Our problem of the day says Sally has 4 coins in her pocket totaling 5 cents. What coins does she have? Sorry, totaling 25 cents. What coins does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4. They got to equal 25 cents. All right. When I do problems like this, I like to start with something with 1 coin and then change it to see what I need to do. All right? So I'm going to start with all of these dimes. What if I had 10, 10, 10, 10? 10, 20, 30, 40. Well, that's too big, so I'm going to change this down to a 5. 10, 20, 30, 5. Well, that's still too big. Change this one. 10, 20, 25, 30. Well, that's still 5 too big, so let's change the next one down 1. 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, that's what I need. So I need a dime, a nickel, and a nickel. So I did 1 dime, 3 nickels. Excellent. When you are done, go ahead and flip it over. Today we're on lesson 16. We're talking about expanded form and missing numbers and subtraction. Go ahead and follow along with my video. When you're done, you'll be working on your written practice. We'll go through a couple of those problems together. Good morning, third grade. Today we're on lesson 16. Let's take a look at our objectives. Today you will learn how to use digits to write a number in expanded form. All right, so today we're going to take a number and we're going to write it in expanded form, which is a little bit different than how we normally write our numbers. We're also going to review some missing numbers in subtraction. You should be on the back of your power. Make sure you got it flipped over. All right? So when we say expanded form, what we mean by that is if we take a number like, let's just say 365. If I look at this number, I've got a digit that's in the ones place, the 5. I've got a digit that's in the six place, in the tens place, the 6, and a digit that's in the hundreds place, the 3. When we write that in expanded form, we're going to pull each of those numbers out to what their value is. So a 3 in the hundreds place means 300. So we're going to say that's 300. Plus a 6 in the tens place means 6 tens, which would be 60. Plus a 5 in the ones place, which would just be 5. All right, so 365 in expanded form is going to be 300 plus 60 plus 5. Notice if you look at each of these digits. If you look at 3, there's 2 places after it, so you need 2 zeros. 2 zeros. 6, there's one digit after it, so you need 1 0 after it, where you get 60. All right, your turn. Let's look at example 1. Let's do that same thing for 275. Write it in expanded form. So, we'll start with our hundreds digit. Which digit's in the hundreds place? The 2. So the 200 plus the 7's in the tens place, so that's worth 70. Plus our last digit, the 5, is just worth 5. So we get 200 plus 70 plus 5. 200 plus 70 plus 5. Let's do the same thing with 407. First one, we got a 4 in the hundreds place, so that would be 400. We have nothing in the tens place. So if I write plus 0 here, is that going to change my answer at all? No, so I don't need to write it. So if I get a 0 here, I can ignore that. And then plus 7 in the hundreds place. Notice if I stacked them up and add those. 400 plus 7. 0 plus 7 is 7. 0 plus nothing is 0. 4 plus nothing is 4. I still get 407. Right, so I'm getting the same answer. When I add these up, I should get the same thing. So if I looked at this one, 200 plus 70 plus 5, 0 plus 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 7 is 7. 2 plus nothing is 2. So I'm getting the same answer, right? Expanded form does not change our number. It's just a different way of writing our number. Let's get into some review of subtraction. So example 3 says 64 minus W is 31. Now remember our rules. If we have a missing number in a subtraction sentence, there's 2 things we have to remember. If it's first, we add. If our missing number is first, we add. Now normally when we're in class, you would say all these with me. So as I'm saying them in my video, it'd be wise for you to still say them with me so that you can help get those in your head, all right? Missing number is subtraction sentence. When the missing number is first, we add. When the missing number is second, we still subtract. All right? Sorry, my camera seems to be focusing in and out a lot today. Sorry about that, but thanks for being patient with my video. Well, that's not going to work. So example 3, you already have it on your paper. 64 minus W equals 31. All right? Is my missing number first or second? Missing number in subtraction sentence, is it first or second? Second. So remember I still subtract. Remember second starts with an S, subtract starts with an S. That's an awesome way to remember that. Missing number is second, I still subtract. My biggest number still needs to stay on top. So I'm going to go 64 minus 31, and that's going to give me W. All right? Think about if we had fact families. See if that focuses in for you. There we go. If we had fact families, we could just switch. If we had like 12 minus 4 equals 8, we could switch those and go 12 minus 8 equals 4, right? We're doing that same switch, but just with a missing number instead of some digits. All right, let's subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3, so we get W equals 33. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at our lesson practice. It's on page 96, all right? So 96, kind of in the middle here, we've got our lesson practice. First ones, we're going to write those in expanded form. So A says 86. So in expanded form, that would look like an 8 in the hundreds place, in the tens place. So that's 80. Right? There's one place after it, so I know I need 1 0 after it. Plus 6. B, 325. Go ahead, try this one yourself. All right, first digit is 3. 2 zeros after it, so we need 300 plus 20 plus 5. 325. C, 507. 5 in the hundreds place. 0 in the tens place, so I don't need to write plus 0 because that's not going to change my answer. Plus 7. D says 36 minus P equals 21. Is my missing number first or second? If my missing number is first, I'm going to add. If my missing number is second, I'm going to still subtract. Well, it's second, so I'm going to still subtract. So 36 minus 21. 6 minus 1 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. So I get P equals 15. Going on to E. E says 47 minus, that's a Q, is 24. My missing number is first or second? First or second? Second, so I gotta still subtract. So I'm gonna do 47 minus 24, and let's subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. So 23 equals Q. F. M minus 22 equals 16. Is my missing number first or second? Well, if my missing number is first, I'm going to add. If my missing number is second, I'm going to still subtract. My missing number is first, so I need to add. So I'm going to do 16 plus 22. 6 plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I get 38 equals M. Go ahead on G. G says W minus 32 equals 43. Think about, is that missing number first or second? Missing number is first, so I need to add 43 plus 32. Back that one out. Hopefully you said real quick, 3 plus 2 is 5. 4 plus 3 is 7. And then H, 43 minus X equals 32. So am I missing number first or second? Second, so I need to still subtract. 43 minus 32. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. So I get X equals 11. Notice these two are different problems. Sorry, my camera's connecting again. All right, thanks guys. Notice these two are different problems. So this one says W minus 32 equals 43, right? So W is my biggest number. My biggest number is always first in a subtraction problem. If I look at this one, 43 is my biggest number. Because 43 minus something is going to get me to 32. So we get different answers for G and H, even though these two numbers, 43 and 32, are in both. They're in different spots, so it changes what that missing number is. All right, so just always remember, missing number is subtraction sentence. My missing number is first, I add. My missing number is second, I still subtract. All right, let's get rocking on a couple of those problems in your written practice and get going on your homework. Let's get going on some lesson 16 problems. Make sure you've got your name on the top. As it says right here, we're on page 96 to 98. Let's get going on our word problems. First problem says 23 horses grazed in the pasture. The rest of the horses were in the corral. If there were 98 horses in all, how many horses were in the corral? So, I've got 23 out in the pasture, plus I've got some more in the corral, equals the 98 total. Now, let's go ahead and flip that into a subtraction sentence. 98 minus 23. 8 minus 3 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7, so I get 75 horses. Number 2. 375 students were standing in the auditorium. The other 107 students were in the auditorium were sitting down. Altogether, how many students were in the auditorium? I'm trying to find the total, so that means I just have to add my two pieces together. So, my first piece is 375 standing. 107 were sitting. 107. So I got to add them together to get my total. If we were in class, we'd be all saying it together, so please still say it with me at home. 5 plus 7 is 12. 1 goes up, 2 goes down. 1 plus 7 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we get 482 students. Don't forget your do. I need a label. Yes. Students. Number 6 says compare. We need to compare 918 to 819. Which one's bigger, 900 or 800? 900. So this whole number is bigger. So A greater than. B says -7 or -5. If it was freezing cold outside, which would be warmer, which would be greater? -5 or -7? Remember, if we're at 0 and we start going up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 would be greater. But because we're negative and we're going backwards, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. So -5 here, -7's here. -5 is actually greater. So we'd say -7 is less than -5. Number 7 says 6 weeks is how many days? Count by sevens. So we got to count by 7 6 times. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42. Double check I did it 7 times. There's 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 42 days. Now, soon we're going to learn that that's really just like multiplication, right? Because if we do 7 times 6, we're also going to get 42. So if you already really like multiplication and understand that, you can solve that problem by doing a multiplication problem. You don't need to count 6 times, count by 7 6 times if you understand that that's the same thing as 7 times 6. All right, we'll get there in a little bit in our math lessons, but for now, if that works for you, go ahead and do it that way. Number 12, 329 plus 186. I want to do this one together because I once again want to remind you guys to make sure you guys are writing those numbers really nice and neat on top of each other, stacking them up the right way. All right, let's start with our ones column. Let's say it together. 9 plus 6 is 15. 1 goes up, 5 goes down. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 more is 11. 1 goes up, 1 comes down. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. So we get 515. Double check we didn't have any dollar signs in our problem. Nope, we're good, so we just write 515. Flip it over on the back, we're doing number 23. Number 23 says 62 minus h equals 21. Excellent. Missing number in a subtraction sentence. When my missing number is first, I add. When my missing number is second, I still subtract. Let's look at this. Is this first or second? My missing number is second, so I need to still subtract. So I'm going to do 62 minus 21. 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 2 is 4. So I get h equals 41. Good luck on the rest of your problems today. If you have any more questions, make sure you reach out to me on GoGuardian or ask at our 10 a.m. Zoom call this Friday morning.